Welcome to another edition of What You Mean News. I'm your amazing host here in Crystal Clear. And let me tell you something, folks. I've been motherfucking right since the motherfucking beginning, my friend. You understand that? Oh, I got a small show for you today. It's very important. It's very informative, if you will. It's very informative. But please come on here. And don't forget, I was the first to say that Maduro is Saddam Hussein. Okay? Maduro is Saddam Hussein. But I think it's kind of funny in light of all that has been going on lately. We're going to go ahead and point out that Crystal was right. The world's a stage and everyone must play their part. So with that being said, the universe, the computer program, the hologram that you are attending literally leaves you signs to let you know what your next mission is. Okay? You're not blind out here. You know how to read the writings on the wall. And they literally said, the elite said, hey, you can beat us. God said, hey, you can beat us. But symbology is going to be our downfall. If you can read the writings on the wall, and if you can decipher the symbology, the hieroglyphics, and all the emojis in the fucking world, the enigma and the answers to the universe will be yours, my friend. That's what he said. So, by me being an empath, a psychic, a prophet, an oracle, a visionary, by me being an empath, which you are too, good people with souls and who are indigenous and the star seed, they are the good people. They are empaths. And that's why bad people are the demons, the narcissists, the bad people. Okay? So that's why they don't have any empathy. And that's why we have empathy. And that's why they don't care about the world, but we care about the world. Anyway, that's another conversation. But when you are psychic and the universe is throwing you clues, you better learn how to read hieroglyphics. You better learn how to read symbology, and you better learn how to read the writings on the wall, because they give you clues every day. The fact that your government literally said this is going viral right now. The man arrested for vandalizing Donald Trump's star was bailed out by the same person who damaged it in 2016. And you know what that says to me? Your government, Central Casting Agency, is telling on themselves. Hollywood is telling on themselves. Politicians are telling on themselves. The elites are telling on themselves. The Freemasons, the secret societies, the fucking people who run this world are telling on themselves. You want to know how? Well, when you say that Donald Trump has a star on Hollywood, automatically you would say, oh, only actors and actresses get stars. Because why would Donald Trump, who can't act, won't act, and don't know how to act, have a star? Unless he was playing one of the biggest roles of his life. Because his reality TV show, it was decent. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You assholes walked around for at least about 3 seasons saying you're fired. Okay? The fact that Donald Trump was on his own reality TV show, then he was on World Wrestling Entertainment. He was on WWE. He showed up as a guest referee. Are you not catching on to the clues yet that this world is a stage and everybody got to play their part? Yeah, so the man arrested for vandalizing Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame got an unexpected assist. His bail was paid by the very same man who had damaged the star back in 2016. The unusual connection quickly caught attention online, with many pointing out that the irony of the situation, what started as 2 separate acts of vandalism, ended up linking both men in a bizarre footnote of protest history. Some see it as a symbol of ongoing political tensions, and others as a strange coincidence that sounds almost too scripted to be real. But no, Not me. I can see it as a Freudian slip by letting us know that the world's a stage and everyone must play their part. He starred in reality TV for Pete and Pete's sake, and just like Vladimir Zelensky, they're both actors who are now concurrently presidents of the New World Order. Yeah, are you awake? Are you awake now on a Monday at 10 a.m.? Oh, did I just wake you? I'm sorry. Were you sleeping? Sorry to wake you. But the world's a stage and everyone must play their motherfucking part. So you better start acting smart because you're about to get torn apart. And now they're going to start from your heart. Let me say, I'm sorry, my bad. I got off on a rant. I'm sorry, I got off on a rant. Listen, they want your SOUL. I'm trying to be nice today because I'm trying to get this video over to TikTok, Cockland, okay? So I'm trying to get it over there. So I'm trying to watch myself. But if you don't see what's going on here, I got a bridge in Brooklyn that I need to sell you, okay? You know that, right? You know why Trump has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's called Central Casting Agency, CIA. Yes, Trump has said that they're all Central Casting Agency. The elites say Donald is doing such a great job that he can receive his Oscar. And the elites say Donald is doing such a great job that he can receive his Oscar and another star, all paid in oil. Yes, you heard me. Donald Trump just took over the world's oil reserve, and nobody batted an eye. Let's get into it. Oh, if you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here. Hold on.
Doing a movie.
Gotcha. Hold on.
I was like central casting. Central, hey, you know what? And he's central casting. Look at that guy, central casting. These are central casting. If I'm doing a movie, I pick you, General. Central casting. Very impressive. Oh, you're central casting. Look at this guy. This man's central casting. I watch him all the time. Central casting. He's a real talent, a real guy, and he is central casting. Do we agree? Central casting. They're central casting. The red suspenders, handsome, beautiful, smart. You couldn't get better central casting.
He is great in every way, and he's central casting. I mean, this is a man that was born for the position.
No, he was central casting like the perfect Supreme Court judge. These guys are central casting. There's nobody in Hollywood that looks like these people. And they're central casting. I've never seen a group of people like this. Everyone's in perfect shape. My friend, central casting. I always call him central casting. Boy, is that central casting, that statement. So he looked like central casting. They look like Tom Cruise, but maybe better. The intellect is extraordinary, and the man is extraordinary. He's central casting. I assume you like these people. I assume it's central casting, right, boss? Is this central casting? This is what we want. This is a great, brilliant man. Looks like, I don't know, very tough. Central casting. When you talk about central casting, this guy's out of central casting. I'm telling you, there's nobody in Hollywood that can look like this guy. Yeah, these guys are central casting, like from a movie. Central casting, you can't cast it. You don't have anybody in Hollywood that looks like these guys. And a great-looking central casting, and we have great generals, a great central casting general. Look at that.
Ne kadar güzel insanlar ve onlarla ilişki kurmak ne kadar.
He's like central casting for ownership of a hotel. And everyone is central casting. Central casting. Glasses, head, boom. I watch Judge Kavanaugh, who's central casting. This guy's like central casting. You couldn't pick a better guy in Hollywood. There's no actor that could do it better. You are so central casting. Great marks, great schools, the best everything, the best of everything.
Central casting. So when are you going to wake up and finally admit that? You've been tricked. You've been tricked. He's in them damn files. He wants you to shut the hell up. So he asked Saddam Hussein, hey, homeboy, I know I got to resurrect you from 2006. But do you mind, my boy, making a reappearance as Maduro? And we can rule this world together. Now, if you remember, Maduro, the name Maduro, they literally mentioned him back. They actually mentioned him back in 2009. You all are forgetting. Yep. On March 9th, 2015, President Obama had declared Maduro regime in Venezuela a national security threat. Saddam, you're not slick. Saddam, you're not slick. A friend pointed out to me that they are both 6'2". They are both, Saddam Hussein and Maduro are the same height. It's hard to cover that up. You can't cover that up. But listen here, I'm just here to stop the coup. Stop the coup because you are not paying attention. Saddam, we see you, bro. We see you. Central Casting Agency. They're all PEDOs. It's all of them. It's all of them. And the more you look at that, the more they literally are going to distract you with this. And the more of this they're going to take. Please wake up. Now, as I present my case, and I'm trying to be gentle here because I want to go to TikTok with this. When 6 JEWISH corporations own 96% of the media, what narrative you think they gonna play? Don't forget who converted to the Star from the synagogue of Shaitan. So, the world's a stage and everyone must play their part. That's why they say symbology will be their downfall. Symbology will be their downfall. If you see here, it's called the tip of the spear. This is the tip of the spear. Space Force, and that's also a Freemason symbology right there. Let's take a look at it. Space Force, Humanity Space Agency subtly show the assault through the firmament into the heavenly dome of the Zion Cube, represented by the accent through the Corona Saturn Gate. Trump's coat of arms bears his hand holding a weapon ascending through the gate of the cube. Okay? You've already known this. You knew. You already knew. You just played along because you didn't want to sound crazy. You didn't want to seem gullible. You didn't want to seem like you could be scammed, shammed, and thank you, ma'am. We get it. We were all there before, too. But this is all a coup. This is all a psychological operation for them to shut you the fuck up about them Epstein files and to keep letting them steal the oil and to keep letting them enslave the people of planet Earth. They want you to shut up because you're going to shut up. You're going to take the torture on Earth and they're going to dip out the Space Force. Okay? You forgot when all the billionaires built their bunkers and they were so proud. Oh my God, you should build a bunker. You didn't catch on because you don't know symbology. You don't know. That's why they gave you emojis. So you can learn symbolism. Anywho, you are out of your mind if you don't think they brought back Saddam Hussein, because what a coinky-dink, the Venezuelan president Maduro's trial will be presided over the JEWISH Judge Alvin Hellerstein, who oversaw most of the 9/11 civil lawsuits. Child, please. Everybody is a plant. Everybody is a plant. How do you not see Saddam? Why do you think they're doing the Mar-a-Lago face surgery trend? Why do you think, what's the famous mobster who had the plastic surgery? He was the first mobster to get the plastic surgery done. Why do you think Hollywood keeps pushing for plastic surgery? Because they're in a small club where the celebrities do not die. None of these celebrities, they don't die. They just get recycled and recasted later to be staged crisis actors. So Bush's operation said 8 years plus 4,400 casualties plus U.S. casualties. And he used 170,000 troops. MAGA supporters are trying to come up with a reason why they're going to support Trump going in and stealing Venezuela's oil. They said Trump's operation did it overnight, 0 casualties, and did it while we slept. Well, that's because, you see, my friend, the world's a stage and everybody got to play their part. You keep seeing him in them goddamn file cabinets. And they tired of it. Your eyes are getting real sharp. Hearing crystal clear is teaching you how to be one of the greatest psychics on earth. And right now, the truth is winning. And they don't want the truth to win. They don't want the truth to win. So they got to fool you. And they got to put on a damn good show. And they want to make, and don't forget, Trump said he's going to be the first president to start a war. That's crazy. That's crazy. You mean by yourself or like with the help of capital banking? Huh? How? Central banking. How, boo-boo? He wants to be a war hero so bad. It's disgusting. You skipped the dodge, bro. You skipped your chance. And how can veterans even respect a man like this who skipped his chance? Shit, that's crazy. Anyway, so now MAGA supporters, which are minions, you know, like when fallen angels and demons and archbishops from hell, from the fallen angels hierarchy, they literally have minions. That's why voters are minions. They are Satan's minions. They are the fallen angels minions. Satan can't pull this shit off by himself if he doesn't have anybody to worship him. You know that, right? It's demons in the Senate. That's why they don't lose their job until they die, because they've been doing soul transference since the fall. Since Luciferian rebellion. That's why they keep their Senate seats so long. Y'all keep thinking politicians and entertainers and people who are in the limelight are humans, and they are not. They are not. They are reincarnates. They are literally reincarnates. They are demons without a vessel. So they cohabitate a body so that they can stay on top of this plane. Now, if you haven't caught on to everything is scripted, what are the chances of us getting a picture like this with Saddam? And then us turning around and getting the same picture with Maduro? If it isn't Hollywood. This has Hollywood all over it. Everybody clothes look good. Why is his shirt so pressed? Why is Saddam's shirt? Look, they even have the same lip. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that lip. Look at that fucking lip. Look at this lip. I want you to look at this lip right here. Look how his lip curves up right there. Now look at Saddam's. Look at Saddam's lip. You see how it does that little curve? See how it does that little curve? Yep. They got that little same affliction in their mouth. How can you not see? How can you not see that this is scripted? All of this. So you're telling me if Vladimir Zelensky was an actor pretending to be a president. Volodymyr Zelensky is the 6th president of Ukraine. Before entering politics, he was a comedian, actor, screenwriter, film producer, and director. Before becoming the 6th president of Ukraine. Then don't forget that Sean Penn went over to Ukraine to pretend and film. Remember? They were filming? Yeah. Why did they make a movie called Servant of the People? And the movie was supposedly so good, it got a sequel. It got a sequel. Well, how can you be a president with your own IMDb? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then why does Trump? Why is this the concurrent theme in Hollywood where we make all actors presidents? Now, if Donald Trump doesn't get rid of the judicial system, and he'll literally become the dictator of America because he doesn't want to stop ruling anymore. So he's going to pull a Putin. He's going to pull a Vladimir Putin and make him the only and last president and last dictator for America. I told you he was trying to do it. He's going to get to a point where he gets to run for a third term because that's what they want him to do. Just like he's doing it and just like Putin is doing it. All of these dictators who belong to the Council of Foreign Relations, who belong to the World Economic Forum, who belong to the fucking secret societies that we always talk about. Okay? This is a fraternal order seizing a hostile takeover of planet Earth. And you're still over here seeing it as Democrats, liberals, Republicans, conservatives, green parties, and bullshit, and one bird with two wings. Why would you think your party is separate? That's like saying a bird thinking his arm is somebody else's and not his. It just doesn't make sense. So you guys are minions for believing and going along with the bullshit. So ask yourself, why is Hollywood, central casting agency, making actors presidents? If Donald Trump doesn't get to run for a third term, do you know who they have selected to be the next president? It's going to be Dwayne Rock Johnson. Everybody's coming from the what? WWE. Yep. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Trump, WWE. And why do you think he went and got Linda McMahon to be in the Department of Education? When we check Trump's IMDb, when we check his IMDb, who do we see? Donald Trump and the McMahon secret WWE empire. Reality TV is scripted. This is political theater. Okay? Political theater, people, is political drama. Okay? Oh, Wikipedia, y'all have changed this. Y'all have changed it so much. Okay, when you typed in political theater, Wikipedia always pops up first. So now I have showed people about political theater so much so that they have literally changed it to political posturing. Nice. Crystal is making her way through the world. Crystal is teaching these people. I see. Political posturing, as they now have labeled it, and you can go back in all my videos and see where I have showed you Wikipedia over years and what political theater used to stand for. See, political posturing, also known as what? Political grandstanding or theater. I don't know why you changed it. From the notion of performing to crowds in a grandstand, political theater, there it is. There it is, political theater, or kabuki is the use of speech or actions to gain political support through emotional or effective appeals. It applies to especially that are seen as hollow or lacking political or economic substance, or to superficial appeals that may not reflect a person's genuine ideology or political differences or preferences. Now, while the government is doing political theater, it's like God trying to tell you, hey, you can overthrow me. You can overthrow God, you can overthrow this planet, and you can overthrow your government. This world is so evil and so bad. They keep saying, hey, if you want to fight evil, you're going to have to do it yourself. You're going to have to save yourself. So we got to socially engineer you. We have to socially engineer you for these political theaters to make you do what's right. If you know evil PEDEO, PHILEs rule the world, then you are supposed to stop them. And if your government is evil, stealing your money, then you are supposed to stop them. No one, not Jesus, not Allah, not the not the Jewish gods. Nobody is coming to save you. The blood of Jesus is not going to save you. You don't even have the actual blood of Jesus. Let's start with that for fucking starters. You can't say I got a magical amulet, but I don't have the actual amulet. In order to be protected by the blood of Jesus, where's the blood? Or did you get kabukied again? Grandstand. Grandstand. A grandstand. Ooh, anyway, don't get me started. You're being tricked there too. So, the fact that no one is coming to save you, and you gotta stop the evil and corrupt ways of planet Earth, is speaking volumes. So much so that God said, hey, you're so stupid that I gotta do grandstanding bullshit to grab your attention. Meanwhile, y'all over here saying white America is getting more racist. White America is getting more racist than ever. And instead of white America saying, hey guys, maybe we should stop racism and maybe we should come together and help fight against evil and all the kids that are gone missing, maybe that's what we should do. No. White people said, actually this year, we're going to say that we were everything that history said we were. We're going to actually be okay with being Nazis. And the Ku Klux Klan is actually going to get its biggest enrollment year to date. Year to date. That's why we have to save ourselves, because evidently the black God is not in control. The white God is in control, and he is giving white people favor. And that's why the racism is so systemic. That's why these fools are winning. That's why when you talk about slavery, I hate when people say, well, white folks were slaves too. Shut the fuck up. White folks were slaves for 5 minutes. And when they figured out they were slaves, they said, and took over the fucking world. And they've been up ever since. They've been up ever since. So no, you can't say white folks were slaves. They caught on to the bullshit, unlike our dumbasses who stayed in slavery. So no. White folks were not slaves, because when they figured out the fucking game, they flipped it. And they're currently ruling the world. So please tell me who God has what favor, who has what power. And if God was good all the time and all the time God was good, why does so many people die through black systemic racism? Why? Does our God, are we not the chosen people? I thought we were chosen. If we were so chosen, why are the whites own all the money, own all the land, own all the media, control everybody, and they started slavery? That's weird. You guys are so fucking weird. Y'all say the weirdest shit, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off. How does the smallest percentage of the population own everything, control everything, and run everything? That means your melanated God has no power in this non-melanated world. If the non-melanated people own everything, that means their God must have either beat our God, or either our God is caught in traffic, because something ain't right. There's no way in the world that a Ku Klux Klan member and a black person can both be Christians and share the same God. Be for fucking real. You're telling me that you're claiming Christianity, when the KKK say they are Christians and they burn the actual cross. Wow. Matter of fact, I think that's actually sacrilegious. And I think that you can't say you're Christian and then burn the cross. That's like burning the American flag. So I'm going to go ahead and say 100% Christianity is Satanism. Because if all the Satanists are worshiping this cross and burning it, that is blasphemy and sanctimonious behavior. That is satanic behavior. So no, Christians can't be black, and then Christians can't be racist whites. So you both need to figure this out and do it fast. Because I heard that they were going to mix Islam, Christianity, and Judaism together for a one world religion. Now listen, I don't want to be sharing the same God as my enemy, because that means that would literally null and void. That would make God null and void. How can you and God have the same enemy, but meanwhile your enemy is winning and your enemy is torturing you, but you're praying to the God, and the same God he's praying to is praying that all niggers die, and all niggers are dying. Wow. Wow, what a magical spell that was. Their magic must be better than that voodoo. Because ain't no fucking way. There's no way. I just literally busted down the probabilities of Christians being black and Ku Klux members at the same damn time is impossible. That's impossible. It's satanic. It's Satanism. It's Satanism. Oh, wow. Anyway, listen. And they did it to churches too. They went to churches. They went to churches to burn the cross, the cross of Christ, who is their God and is your God too. But they said their God don't like you and they want you out of this world and their religion. Okay, you know what? Humanity gets stupider and stupider each and every day. Each and every goddamn day. Stupidity just rears its head. It does. Anyway. So, now that I've shown you the world's a stage and everyone must play their part, here's Venezuela's next president paying homage to that stupid fucking wall to show her loyalty to Epstein bosses. So what you guys don't understand is Epstein is alive and well. Epstein is alive and well, just like Charlie Kirk, just like Paul Walker, just like Saddam Hussein, just like Tim Osman, just like Osama bin Laden. Just all of them people did not die. Epstein is a Mossad agent for Israel, as is Donald Trump, as is everybody who goes to this wall. Do you know why? Well, it's probably because during the HOLO cause, that was the moment that the JOOS had the biggest transfer of wealth. You remember? I can't say it too much because I'm trying to go to TikTok, but you know what I'm talking to. You know what I'm hitting to. And that's how the PALE people, face people, that's how they got so rich of the transference of wealth by saying the HOLO cause happened. Well, it can't happen because their population doesn't even accrue to the amount of money that was received out at all. It doesn't. So it's just a transfer of wealth. I can't talk about it much. I want to talk about it, but I can't talk about it. But like I said, I'm trying to go to TikTok. And I'm trying not to get banned. Okay. Anyway, I'll tell you in another video that's not going to go to TikTok. So what I'm saying is they're all in on it. Okay. This is Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, which is a Joos name. How can you be a Mexican Joos? Wow. Okay. Anyway, that's why the Joos runs the world, because they put them Joos in every fucking position possible because they own and run everything. So now do you see the connection? Do you see the connection while we're connecting everything to the Joos and who really runs the world? So, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum with the Joo last name calls on the United States, calls on the United Nations to step in to stop Trump. Yes, what he did is very illegal. Very, very illegal.
I'm pretty sure Maduro is Saddam Hussein. Why does the Venezuelan president look like Saddam Hussein?
Mm-hmm. Good question. Everything is staged.
That's Saddam Hussein.
It
is.
Cannot
tell me it's not. Go back and look at the man's pictures. That's Saddam Hussein. J.D. Vance is Paul Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Fidel Castro's son is Justin Trudeau.
Uh-huh.
Someone they could trust to protect them.
Barbara Bush is actually Aleister Crowley.
Preach.
Taylor Swift is Antoine LaVey's baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here?
The satanic spring of the witches.
Okay, so I'll just...
Gucci Man is not Gucci.
Gucci Man is not Gucci.
It's not Gucci.
Yeah, that's not Gucci.
Biden, we seen 8 Bidens.
Yeah, we did.
12 Trumps.
We did.
At this point, we need to talk about cloning.
We do.
At this point, we need to talk about how celebrities never really die.
They don't.
Just go and be recycled into the stage crisis actors program called Central Casting.
Mm-hmm.
Central Casting, which is also AKA CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, and they keep recruiting. So once again, and RFK is literally JFK.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, we're not doing this.
We're not.
We're not doing this.
We're not.
We are not doing this. J.D. Vance is Paul Walker.
Yep.
Maduro is Saddam Hussein.
Yep.
Go look this shit. There's no way in the world you should be looking like Paul Walker and Saddam Hussein. And that's why these celebrities die early, so they can go and prepare for their next role. And then they go to these other countries and all this stuff. And remember, they're going to live in Dubai for a little bit. They do all the plastic surgery to reconstruct their structure and faces to fool us because it's an agenda that they got to push out. Can we talk about this? And think about all the famous celebrities that died early are now literally back cosplaying with new plastic surgery. That's why plastic surgery, and they tell you the Mar-a-Lago face. The Mar-a-Lago face is for a reason.
Bad news.
You remember?
Yep. And you know, Kevin Kline is Melinda Gates. Yep. Yeah, we know what they're doing at this point. We all know what they are doing at this point. Look at this fool right here. The president of Iraq. So the same thing. Remember we went over there and we got Iraq's oil. Y'all really do not even know it, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here. World War III was actually the Iraq War, but the government, just like 9/11, they couldn't tell you they did it. Okay, they couldn't tell you they did it. You would literally send them to Gitmo Bay. So check this out. The Iraq War, when our government went over to steal the oil, seize over the poppy seeds, the opium fields, and they went over to get the oil, gold, and the treasure, right? The Iraq War was World War III. But they didn't tell you that. because you would freak the fuck out and be like, "What? We're not beefing with nobody. Why would we go to war?" They couldn't tell you they were going over there to dig up King Gilgamesh and to dig up all the gold and to dig up all the oil. You see how they colonize and invade countries? Well, they're doing it again. Guess what? Venezuela has oil. What did they go get? Again, just like the Iraq War, which was World War III. And then Trump said he wanted to start World War IV. So then guess what? He said, I want to start a war. He said, I'm going to be the first president to start a war. And he did, of some bullshit. So keep this in mind. Keep this, and then stop saying, Crystal, you're wrong. We didn't have World War III. This is World War III. Don't forget, I'm smarter than you. I'm a nerd. This is what I do. And plus, I've never been wrong. And I hate to sound confident of myself, but nigga, I ain't been wrong. Okay? I have never been wrong. I want to be wrong, but I have not been wrong. So you can trust me. You know who I am. We've been together, almost 6 years now? Huh? You've known me for 6 years. When have I ever been wrong? Never. Okay, and I got the stats and the credentials and the records and the research to prove it. And then when I come to you with my dissertation, do I not present a proper dissertation to you? I do. I fucking do. That's why I get up here and do these shows. Even though I don't like to do these shows, because I'm a Scorpio and I like to sit back and just watch and observe, But at some point, Scorpios have to step in and save the world. And that's what we got to do here. We got to save you from these chains that you're bound to. So come on over here. Yes, World War III was the Iraq War. Okay, so much so. Let me show you this. I don't think you remember the Iraq War because they went in real quiet. And they didn't care how they went about it. They didn't. And they just told you, oh, our veterans are over there fighting so hard. That's why they're all in these support groups, because they know what the fuck they did. Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, America, PALE, face people, have a problem with colonizing, raiding and pillaging like Vikings and pirates. Okay? Billions vanished, no receipts existed, no officials punished. The biggest robbery in modern history was renamed liberation by governments. Yes, it was. The gold was labeled secure and then disappeared, proving the war was about theft, power, and control and not safety for the people. U.S. forces reportedly seized billions in Iraqi gold from the vaults while the media stayed focused on fear, war, and false threats. You see, they couldn't name the Iraq War World War III because you knew we don't have any fucking enemies. You knew America has never been in beef with nobody. America has never been to war. We've invaded everybody else's country and we've been in everybody else's war, but we ain't never been to war and ain't nobody never stepped to us. And if you're talking about Hiroshima is a goddamn lie. Hiroshima is a fucking lie. We did not get bombed. So try me a fucking again on that history. You're not going to see me on no history, on no quantum physics, on no spiritual science, on no esoteric subject or no occultism. Or geography. You just not. I'm that nerd. You're not going to do it. Anywho, and then I got a good memory. Y'all, I'm a Scorpio with a good memory. I don't forget or forgive shit. I don't. No WMDs found, no weapons of mass destruction found, but troops discovered billions in hidden golden bars. Real reason for the invasion, plunder Saddam's secret vaults. You see, y'all don't remember this, but I do. And I was a child. I remember this. U.S. soldiers posing with the weapons of mass destruction seized in the Iraq War in 2003. Your memory has failed you. Y'all keep honoring mercenaries who are hired hitman to take you out if you wake the fuck up and realize who's stealing your money. You ain't gonna tell a vet, put your gold down. Why do you think they got PTSD? Because they go and kill innocent people on purpose because they got to steal the land, gold, and the resources. No vet is good. No vet is good. No vet is good. They all know what the fuck is going on, so try me a fucking again. The only good vets we have are the whistleblowers who tell us what y'all did in the goddamn Desert Storm War. And we salute those real men. And you want to know how you veterans can really redeem your soul? Denounce the government, serve the people, protect the people, and give the power back to the people. You're here to protect us, not the fucking corrupted criminal warlords who wants to steal all of the earth's gold, oil, and resources. And that's what God stands for. That's why I don't believe in nobody God. God stands for gold, oil, and drugs. And what do you think our country deals in? All motherfucking three. Wake up, buttercup. Nice fucking try. Why do you think Donald Trump blew up Venezuela for its oil on Christmas Day of all places? And you know, William Cooper told us the government will start war on holidays because they know you are home and they know where you are at. They know you are home and they know where you are at. Behold, a pale horse prepared you for this. They said the government is going to attack on major holidays because they got you where they want you. Yeah. But you don't pay attention to that, 11/11. Now, realizing you have to memorize a whole new list of reasons why you're now supporting invading Venezuela. There's Trump's America. Great. We can arrest the leader of another country, but we can't seem to arrest any of our own crooked politicians that have all been exposed for corruption. Y'all are weird. Speaking of corruption, you see this fine wall of men right here? They wanted liberation for their country. They didn't want to be part of central banking. They didn't want none of that. And what happened? What do all these men have in common? What do all of these men have in kindred commonality? Huh? What do they all have in common? Let me guess. A white American assassination. Interesting. Not one white man in this picture. Anywho, I digress. So you couldn't catch nobody on the Epstein list, which, by the way, Crystal has the original Epstein list, and that's why the government took my Instagram account the first fucking time, because I have all the original documents on my old Instagram account. And Donald Trump's names and phone number is on that account because I called Donald Trump myself. I sure the fuck did. You best believe I did. Because I wanted to see if the number was real. And it was real. Anyway, it was Trump Towers. So, you see this, the way he holds his mouth. It's the same way that Saddam Hussein holds his mouth right there. See that? You see that little hiccup, that genetic hiccup right there in the corner of his fucking mouth. See that? Now, take a good look. Same mustache, same little corner of the mouth, same height. They're both 6'2". Maduro and Saddam Hussein are both 6'2". Okay? Looking at the little corner of the mouth. When we go and look at Saddam, right? It's that little corner of the mouth thing that they do. Corner of the mouth. It's the corner of the mouth thing for me. Anyway, spitting image. Spitting image. And you can tell at all the plastic surgery he has done on his face because his face is chopped up. Especially around the mouth area, his face is chopped up a lot. And look at this battery. Oh, Lord, let me hurry this video up because I'm trying to keep it under an hour. Anyway, they're cosplaying. Imagine, if you will, a group of people so disgusting they have to make laws making it illegal to hate them. So since the JOOS runs the world, they're out here making rules and laws and say, hey, we are the ADL. You can't say this about us. The world's a stage and everybody got to play their fucking part because China issues a sharp demand Sunday for the U.S. to immediately release Maduro. Now, China, didn't you manufacture COVID, SARS, CoV-2, HIV for us? You did. Now you think we're going to trust you? Hold on, both my phones are down. Let me get some juice. Oh. Oh, I was on 4%, girl. You are tripping. You are tripping, mama. All right. Let's get back to this beautiful bean footage. Okay, so, and like I said, they got that mouth thing. You see that with that weird little mouth thing? Come on over here. Right there, that weird little mouth thing. Okay? Now, let's get us speeding along here. Yeah, those people are spitting image. See, they got that mouth. The mouth goes literally to their right. Okay? And when we come down here and look at Maduro, his mouth has been hacked up from plastic surgery. That's Saddam Hussein. That he has way too many surgical marks. He has way too many knife marks around his mouth. Yeah, I know plastic surgery when I see it. Okay? Anywho, moving along. So yeah, China, they're all in on it. Every country is in on it. Okay? We don't trust you, China. This is batshit crazy, they say. Trump is imitating Putin yet again by forcefully and unilaterally invading a foreign country in order to outright steal their natural resources. And doing it not only in a violation of international law, but also of the United States Constitution. Yes, what Trump just did is illegal. He has to be impeached now. You have to impeach him now. Okay? It's illegal. He can't do that. Okay? He can't say because they were trafficking drugs, he just released a drug kingpin for trafficking drugs. So cut the bullshit. Okay? Oh, and then why do y'all keep switching him in outfits? His hair is even different in this one. That he got good mousse and hairspray in this one. And then in this one, he got a haircut. It's not as poofy or it's not as cut. Yeah, he has a haircut in this video. And then he doesn't have a haircut, full bangs, in that one. That's a problem. That's a problem. Nobody see that shit? This can't be in the same day because look how short his hair is right here. Versus right here, full bangs. Like he just got out. from seeing his stylist. Okay? Now they're trying to portray Trump as the Son of Man, the Christ. I thought this was funny. His congregation is already calling him the Christ. Yeah, the Antichrist. Christ is the Antichrist. Anyway, none of Epstein's clients have been caught, which is Donald Trump, by the way. And you guys are not really seeing it for what it is. It's just weird. It's weird to me. How do you not see this? How do you not see any of this? Anyway, don't forget the fact that the world's richest people added a record of 2.2 trillion in wealth just in 2025 alone. Just like I told you about the JOOHOLO cost. Same transference of wealth right here by the JOOSs. Okay? They're doing it again. And Trump is helping them. The prosecution reading these tweets right now. Andrew Tate really said, why did I bother human trafficking when I should have just opened a Somali daycare? You say what? Excuse me? Andrea? What did you say, Andrea? Yes, Andrew Tate is working with the CIA. And yes, he is a she. And he trafficked women. That's why he hates women so bad. Okay? And he really had the nerve to say, why did I bother human trafficking when I should have just opened a Somali daycare? Well, who do you think received the Somali daycare money? Them people. Them people, right, Chell? You see, your government and all of your politicians are committing fraud on an epic level. And not only does it start with daycare centers and churches, sweetheart, and PPP loans. Oh, it's deeper than that. It's deeper. It's food stamps, church loans. Yeah. Daycare loans. Yeah. You see that the fraud is so deep. The fraud is so deep, and it's all the politicians. It's all the politicians. Trump had 2 failed daycares. 2 of them. And then, ain't no ritual gonna properly work right if you don't have a proper blood sacrifice. So on the same weekend that Donald Trump started World War IV, he chose his fellow Masons, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, to make a proper sacrifice to Moloch. And what do we have? Will Smith is now being sued for sexual harassment, accused of deliberately grooming tour violinists, and Tommy Lee Jones' daughter, Victoria, found dead at a San Francisco hotel. And who are they? Oh, is this an alien invasion? Is this the Men in Black coming to swipe your memory of the Epstein files? With a little oil razzle-dazzle? With a little, we're arresting Venezuela, Saddam Hussein? Huh? That's a little razzle-dazzle for you. Yeah, you see, Hollywood, they do blood sacrifices for fame. And in order to get that money, you better spill that money, honey. Listen, that's a whole boy. Baphomet agenda. We are not dumb. You guys are literally finishing out your rituals. Anywho, anyway, the Pentagon has now awarded Boeing $8.6 billion with an F-15 contract for Israel after Trump and Netanyahu had a meeting. So the same, okay, you know what? Not only in 1 week did Donald Trump give the JOOS the biggest transfer of wealth ever, but he stole the gold and he stole the oil and he stole the goddamn church's money. I can't make this up. Y'all want to hate me so bad, but you know I'm right. I cannot make this stuff up. what most people think selling their soul look like. What most people think selling their soul looks like to the devil, and what it really looks like. See, you got to put them rings on. Erica Kirk was trying to tell y'all about them rings, baby. But you're not paying attention. They're all in it together. That's why Jesus is king. That's why Satan is king. That's why Trump is king. You see? Anyway. That's why they say that stupid shit, because it's actually Satan. You know what I say every time I get up every morning, I still see the government still is in charge. You know what I say?
Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day. You motherfucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day.
Every day I get up and I see the government still here.
Fucker.
Oh.
Shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day.
I thought y'all would enjoy that as much as I did, because it's the same shit every goddamn day. Not to mention, 2 weeks ago, Trump warned you that World War III were going to be started. God, I got to go back. You know what?
Fucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day. You motherfucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day.
That's so funny to me. I'm sorry. That is so fucking funny to me. Oh, my God. Trump, they told you weeks ago. Trump warns of World War III. God damn, same shit every day. Oh, Hollywood. Essential Casting Agency, which is also the CIA, which is also the NSA, which is also the FBI, which is also the ADL, which is also the NCAACP. Bitch, I'm running out of breath. I need air for me. Listen, it's all of them, okay? The fact that the Illuminati card game put Hollywood, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, President Bush, even Obama and Saddam in the Illuminati card game, that should speak volumes of how this world is scripted. There's no way in the world you can say your vote mattered if we knew Donald Trump was going to be president in 1979. There's no way in the world you can say, oh, we're not going to war. And I tell you, yes, we are going to war. Well, how do you know we're going to war? Well, they already told us that we were going to go to war. You missed the message. Well, they didn't mean literally. Oh, no, bitch. They literally said, guess what? Trump is going to lead us into World War III. Well, no, Crystal, how did you see that? The writings on the wall. The foretellings of what was to come. The prophecy was read. I've seen the prophecy. I have literally told you the prophecy 1,000,001 times, and you're looking at me like I fucked your mother with your GoPro cam. Okay, that's crazy. I would never do that. I would use your brothers. Anyway, listen. Hollywood. Are we having fun yet? Have you noticed why everybody got that funny haircut? Why everybody got them piercings, the bull piercings, the tattoos everywhere? Yeah, you're doing a ritual. Please stop. Boss, the secret society stuff is getting old. Can't we take a vacation or start a band or something? Play this card at any time. It requires an action by a group with total power greater than that of the target. One action or special ability use of the target is canceled. Now you know why everybody keep piercing their nose. Now you know why everybody keep putting tattoos on them. They part of a cult. You are supposed to keep your temple, your sacred temple, your church pure. Why do you think everybody got the IMTRANS haircut? Or the I'm GAY haircut? Why do you think all these men and women keep putting the bullhorn piercing in their nose? Why do you think white folks just keep putting tattoo ink all up and down their body for no fucking good reason. Hey, that ink is going to sit in your bloodstream and you're going to get ink poison. How can anybody with a tattoo say, I don't know why I got cancer? It's probably the lead and ink poisoning seeping in your blood for years that you just refuse to get rid of. Why would you put permanent ink on your body? You're going to forget that your mother died? Or you're going to forget that you love your mama? I don't want to hear that shit. There's no reason for you to defile your temple. If the Spirit of God dwells within you, and he said your body is sacred and it is the church, why would you vandalize a sacred temple? You see how the devil works? You see how the devil works on you? Oh, it's just a tattoo. Oh, it's just a piercing. Oh, it's just a haircut. Number one, your hair is your crown. You're never to cut it. Why would you cut your hair is your antennas to the universe. It's the antennas to the universe. Piercings is literally a cattle statement. Did you know that when you got an earring pierced or when you pierced yourself, that lets you know that you were a slave to your master? So the government got y'all doing piercing. Earrings is how they literally tag cattle. And y'all don't even know it. Don't wear that shit. Don't wear earrings. Don't wear tattoos. Your body is sacred. You're not supposed to decorate it with makeup, earrings, none of that. None of it. Okay? Don't touch that dial. You see how they got us so tuned in to the political theater that they're putting on? It's sickening. It's very sickening. But no, they're being serious. Play this card at any time a media group is attacked unsuccessfully. Now, you see, we tried to get them to release the Epstein files. And when they did, we saw Donald Trump was in it. And so they said, Donald Trump, start the war. They literally said, hey, they're going to find out you're in the Epstein files. There's nothing we can do. You might as well go ahead, start the war to distract them. Okay? That's why this card said, play this card at any time a media group attacked unsuccessfully. Oh, Donald Trump thought we were going to say, oh, we don't care that you're in the Epstein files. Absolutely not. People are pissed. And so in order to make us not go lynch his ass up, guess what he does? Guess what he does? Starts World War IV. That's why cable TV is bad for you, because I already showed you. You see, the fact that they put cable TV in the Illuminati card game is atrocious. I mean, that should let you know what the world is up to, especially if all of the media is owned 96% by the JOOS. Okay? Then all of a sudden, have you noticed how all of the white people want to be NAZIs lately? The Fuel Group. Yes. Hitler's wizards are still alive. In fact, some of them are getting younger. Didn't I tell you they just brought back Saddam Hussein? Oh, now it's making sense. Now they brought back Hitler too. Why do you think Trump is doing what he's doing? You better believe in soul transference technology. They have been doing it, hopping in and out of vessels for a very long time. Why do you think doing the Hitler salute is so popular now? Because the Illuminati card game told us they were going to bring back the Nazis. And they did. And now we have Andrea Tate doing her Nazi salute. You see, their social engineering is political theater. God is literally doing all these political theater stunts to make your ass get the fuck up and save yourself. He's not coming. That's why he keeps sending all of the shenanigans to literally throw you off your fucking game. Until you say, hey man, God literally wants you to say, hey man, this world is getting so bad, we got to get up and change it. We got to get up, overthrow the government. Hey, we got to get up and move the colonizers out of planet Earth so they can stop colonizing the planet. Do you understand that? Wall Street Journal drops article allegedly exposing Trump profiting off of selling pardons for $1 to $6 million apiece. So Trump's saying that he went after Maduro because he was trafficking drugs is a goddamn lie, because the drug cartel leader you let out of jail, and he gave you $6 million and you let him out, Trump. So nice try. Lie again, Wigger. And right before he started World War IV, he just said now a million pages or more on Epstein are found. The DOJ is being forced to spend all of its time on this Democrat-inspired hoax. Now, Donisha, don't you get over here and get to lying. Donisha, your motherfucking name was in them reports, and all of a sudden now it's a hoax? Oh, no, ho. Oh, no. This was tweeted right before he stole the oil and gold. Yeah. Oh, you thought we were stupid. Anyway, when do they say no more and work on election fraud and etc.? You don't want us to work on election fraud, Donisha, because when we do work on election fraud, you and Elon Musk's face are going to be the ones that are in the booking room. You see, you and Elon fix them elections. You will be going to jail. So do you really, which one? Do you want us to investigate the Epstein files or the election frauds? You're in both, so it don't even really matter. You're involved with both. He said the Democrats are the ones who worked with Epstein, not the Republicans. What? Hold on. Hold on. Cause I know you fucking lying in my Jennifer voice. Boy, who is you out here lying to? Who is you out here lying to? Lie again. Lie again. Lie again. Who was doing what? Lie one more motherfucking time and I'm going to tear your ass out of that fucking frame. Now lie again. Anyway. Now, he said the Democrats are the ones who work with Epstein, not the Republicans. Well, who's in the picture, Donald? Who's in the fucking picture, Donisha? He said, release all of their names, embarrass them, and get back to helping our country. The radical left doesn't want people talking about Trump and Republican success. Only a long ago dead Jeffrey Epstein, just another witch hunt. Donisha, you raped them girls. Anyway, you know your minions love a good pedophile. The Illuminati card game from 1995 exposed exactly what Donald was doing today. Occupying Wall Street. And Saddam Hussein is back. Why did the Illuminati card game put Saddam Hussein in there? Yeah. Yep. Anywho, it's voodoo economics. America has a blood contract on them. And America is supposed to be part of Israel's New World Order. But you're not paying attention. You're too busy with this fucking liberal agenda that they have going on. Yep, they put that in the New World Order card game too as well. NSA, not such an agency. It doesn't exist. Just ask them. Yeah, the NSA doesn't exist, but it does exist. And if they do exist, guess what? They all up in your shit. CIA. It's an agency. It's all an agency. Don't forget we're being ran by the plague of demons. Yep. Disaster. This is an instant attack to destroy any place or accept a huge one. You must spend an action from a magic group. The power of the attack is 10 plus the power of the group summoning the demons. I told you demons run capital. Demons run the government. Demons run this world. Okay? Please wake up. You're supposed to eat the rich. And the elders of the Zion secrets are literally supposed to come out. Then not to mention they're making cyborg soldiers. And it's all a big cover-up. You know this. You know this to be true. And that's why they have crisis actors. Yep. Crisis actors. Let's talk about them. I can't say much because like I said, I want this video to go to TikTok. But when you're short on crisis actors, what do? You recycle. This is Boston. This is Parkland. This is Henny Hook and Hawaii. Same person. As Donald Trump will say, central casting. Okay? We have a little comic book cartoon here. And that's Netanyahu's little face. And it says, pay no attention to those pro-Hamas crisis actors. And on his shirt it says, what genocide? And look at there. What do we have? Anywho, your JOOISH government had the nerve to say the Hamas, the pro-Hamas people were crisis actors. Look at the people. Look at the people. Look at the people. Do you get the cartoon? You do, okay. You remember this one story? When her child had just got shot in a mass shooting at school? And it was the happiest moment of her life? Y'all don't remember that? Yeah, Oh, y'all remember this one? When George Soros bust in the paid provocateurs to burn and loot and make good camera footage, and paid actors bought into the Minneapolis by George Soros, and they actually did all the damage but were paid and incited to do it? Yeah, Y'all remember that? You remember that right when COVID started. Yeah, anyway, usually stage crisis actors have handlers. And they do color magic. That's why you see blue and red everywhere, all over the place. That blue is for the Freemasons, for persuasion. The red is for fear. Okay. The red is for sacrifice. Something that means blood has been spilt. And then white is going to be for the one sacrifice. Okay. You have to wake up. Don't forget this big old psyop, this stage operation right here. Yeah, this lady act like she went to space. Anyway, don't forget the COVID crisis actors. You remember that when they were acting like people were dropping in the streets and stuff like that? That was what a time we had. Remember when they said the first symptom of COVID was having no symptoms? I know, right? Anyway, here's some more crisis actors if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But they're on your news. They're in your church. That's why they have mega churches now. They're your preachers too. Absolutely. So this is what crisis actors mainly look like. They're your politicians, your news, your entertainers, your celebrities, your athletes. How do you know when it's a staged event? Well, when CNN's Barbara Starr is on the scene as a witness and a crisis actor, she was on the scene for all four events. She was at Henny Hook, Boston, one time at San Bernardino. And you do a part-time job at CNN? Barbara. Now, Barbara, that check is mean. This is why the evil elite minions, you know, why Trump supporters or like Biden supporters, this is how the evil elite above us, this is how the rich stay rich. Everybody who's rich or have money, they're evil. They don't have a soul. So they are CIs. They're confidential informants. Okay. They're confidential informants. They are agents. That's why you don't do shit around anybody. Don't do shit around anybody, because everybody is a goddamn agent. Okay. The fact that this lady is a news anchor on CNN and she also works for the government as a CI in stage crisis and events is insanity. Okay? Believe me when I say Saddam Hussein is Maduro, and they are recycling celebrities, and they are also cloning celebrities. That's why they literally said, oh, can we use your likeness? And that's why they got Bruce Willis to say, yeah, let's let Bruce be our spokesperson, and he's going to sell his likeness to artificial intelligence and sell his consciousness, and we'll get everybody to do it. It says Bruce Willis claims became the first Hollywood star to sell his likeness to a deepfake company called Deepcake, allowing for the creation of a digital twin of himself for use in films and advertisements. This particularly notable following his announcement to step away from acting due to diagnosis of aphasia. And don't forget how all of the clones, remember, they got to die out real quick. So they got to all pick up some kind of disease. Why do they always either die of cancer or in a bathtub or a drug overdose? It's always the same. The celebrity community, and let's talk about this. Why is the community the most sickest community and the community with the most deaths I've ever seen in my life? You know why? Because they're doing blood rituals. They're practicing blood rituals. And in order to get their fame, they have to do sacrifices. But they don't understand. With the fame, you're going to lose time off your life. They shave a lot of time. That's why a lot of celebrities die young. And a lot of celebrities don't make it to the end unless they just worship Lucifer with their whole heart. And they're like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I sacrifice my daughter. Matter of fact, I will. And they do this. That's why a lot of celebrities are breeding for these satanic cults. So that's like, I'll have babies for Satan all goddamn day. I don't give a fuck. I'll sacrifice that baby. That's why a lot of these celebrities stay pregnant. You be like, this bitch is pregnant all the time, but the number of the kids ain't matching up. That's because they're having babies for sacrifices and rituals. You have to know this. That's why celebrities always want kids, and they're always around kids. Like, no. Why are all the celebrities' families always have tragedies? And that's like the number one thing. In order to be a celebrity, you got to have a tragic life, or you got to come from a rough life. And then you just got to struggle. And then one day you signed a soul contract, and now your dad's dead and you're rich. Ain't that weird? Every time a celebrity gets rich, somebody close to them die. Like, prime example, Megan, the Pete Man Stallion. Really? They literally said the female rappers suck so bad that we're gonna have the TRANIES go into the rap game to rap, because we don't have no rappers. We really don't. We don't have no rappers. We had Nicki Minaj, and now you see where she's at, dead and buried. Okay, we had Missy Elliott, but I don't know what happened between her and Timbaland. I don't know why she's not still making music. But yes, I do. Probably because she don't want to sacrifice any more people. Because you remember when her and Timbaland, they were so heavily focused around Aaliyah. You see that fucking fame. That fucking fame for you. Aaliyah got sacrificed, and Missy know who did it. Timbaland know who did it. Beyonce know who did it. Dame Dash know who did it. And Jay-Z know who did it. And Diddy know who did it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Dame Dash. You want to get up and call everybody out, but Dame, what was your part in getting Aaliyah killed and sacrificed? Huh? And you're a pedophile, Dame Dash. I don't know why you're talking. Jay-Z, you're a pedophile too. I don't know why you're talking. R. Kelly, I know y'all better not back up. No, nobody better not back up R. Kelly, because he's doing the same thing that Donald Trump and Elvis Presley and Prince have all done. And that's date a child. Okay, they have all dated children just to be in Hollywood. From Jerry Lee Lewis, Jerry Lee Lewis married a 13-year-old. A 13-year-old. Just like Trump and Epstein raped a 13-year-old. So you guys are out there. You really are out there. Like, you don't see the pattern. You don't see the pattern. All right, good, okay. So the fact that these celebrities are out here selling their likeness so they can be live forever on in consciousness in AI and in these movies is insane to me. Anyway, moving along, I'm trying to rush this video along. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Oh, hold on. Oh, no.
In AI and in these movies.
Person. I was like, B20. Central casting. Central A.
Okay. I think we're about done here. All right, yeah. Okay, I'm going to wrap this. All right, anyway, you remember this one? This was the biggest one of all. This was the biggest one of all. Central casting. Make sure you show your Freemasonic pose. Make sure you wear the blue. Okay, these are rituals that they are doing on you. Wake the fuck up, please. Wake up. Anyway, how can you die in one place and then be injured in another? Staff members, including principal, this principal died trying to help save children but then she's pictured over here again, and they're literally creating a statement saying that the same person literally was injured in the bombing of the Boston Marathon. How, CNN? How could you make that? How could you make that horrible, egregious error? How could you? Okay? Don't forget about this one. This was the favorite one I've saw thus far. You remember the failed assassination attempt? Assassination or just a made-up show? Both. Because here's what they do with the entertainment industry. Just like that Vladimir Zelensky movie, they will go and they create these rallies, create these protests, and they will always say, hey, we're filming, come down and be an extra. Okay? And then they're showing the movies in other countries that Americans won't see it. And we'll be like, whoa, what is Donald Trump doing playing a president who got shot on a show in Dubai? You're going to catch on. Just the same way as when we said, hold on, what is Vladimir Zelensky doing playing a president before he came a president? Oh, it's a show. Yeah, everybody is going to catch on. Please stay awake. My name is Mason. I survived the Boston, Paris, and Brussels terrorist attack. Gullible brainwashed sheep who love fantastical stories would call that a coincidence and treat me like some type of hero. Researchers know this story is to distract the masses from questioning the official narrative of these Gladio Operation false flags. They're stealing oil, gold, and drugs. That's God. Okay? We all don't worship the same gods. You know that awkward moment when the BBC reports the demolition? They tried to take my video. You know that moment when the BBC reports the demolition of the World Trade Center, number 7, 26 minutes before it actually happens? Terrorism attack in the United States, the 47th story, Solomon Brothers. Oh, the devil in the detail, and the devil is the Joos. Always in the motherfucking details. Huh? The 47th story of the Joos building by the Solomon Brothers, building close to the World Trade Center, has also collapsed. So if the Joos runs the world and they own all the buildings in New York, because remember, they literally seized Black Wall Street from the Black Indians who were up there in New York, in Manhattan. You wouldn't have Wall Street if it wasn't for Black people. We created Wall Street, and it was Black Wall Street before the PALE face people came in and said, nice place, nigga. Let me go ahead and take over New York. And now you have it. And it's funny that the same people who took over New York own the World Trade Centers. And if they own the World Trade Center, and if they're going to get their building demolished for the insurance, and oh, they did collect, then what are they going to tell the government? Of course you can shoot your stage 9/11 crisis here. Yes, you can do that here. Okay? We are nothing but puppets playing our scripted roles. It's all of them, sweetheart. Internationally and nationally. Okay? State and local. Foreign and domestic. Most people still don't get it. To push the New World Order agenda, they need a trusted salesman, not some obvious moronic Democrat. Snap out of your Trump trance. He is ushering in the beast system right in front of you. And you don't even notice it. Stage crisis actors are so much so a real thing that when you look them up, guess what? The term has been taken up and used by conspiracy theorists who claim that some mass shootings and other terror events are staged for the advancement of various political objectives, such as advanced gun control measures. Sweetheart, this is literally a picture of fake-ass veterans and fake-ass medics pretending a stage crisis event. Emergency medical technicians from the 96 medical group move an airman pretending to be wounded towards safety during an active shooter exercise at Elgin Air Force Base in Florida in 2014. Every staged shooting is staged. Okay? Every MASS shooting is staged. Here's the proof. Right there in front of your face, they literally tell you they're pretending that they have an active shooter. And I should know, we worked in a hospital. We ran them all the time. We ran silver. Code silver means it's a shooter in the building. And we ran those exercising drills all the time at the hospital. Walmart runs them too. When you get hired on a Walmart, they'll give you the, hey, we do active shooters here, and this is what you need to do in case one of our mystery shopper shooters show up. Mass shooters are like mystery shoppers. Someone sent you to see if you're passing your inspection, okay? And if you're not, they're about to shoot that place up, okay? It's called disaster training simulations, people. Wake up. There are crisis actors out here. Designers found new ways to tell communities about climate change through what? Crisis actors. Please wake up. Don't forget this stage crisis right here. Yep, Crisis Oscars Best Actor race goes to none of these bitches because you did not come back and convince me you left this planet. Stop playing. You remember him? He got exposed. School shooting survivor turned activist David Hogg's father was the FBI. His daddy is FBI. He appeared to have been coached on the anti-Trump legislation videos. Do you see how deep this shit runs? So cute. Don't forget, the FBI could have stopped Epstein's abuse. New release shows 1996 child porn complaint was ignored. They knew Trump's best friend. And don't forget, if Trump owns a Miss USA America pageant, which is a sex trafficking brothel, all Miss USAs and all them pageants is sex slave trafficking. That's what it is. Don't forget, the government knows everything that you fucking do. And they never stops the PDOs. Never. Okay? Don't forget about this psychological operation that they had you distracted from. They got 50 Cent with Diddy. They got Kendrick out rapping Joos. Okay? I heard Kendrick want to do a documentary on Drake. I'm in. This one is going to be educational. 50 Cent and Kendrick Lamar is about to team up because don't forget that Joos owns all the industries. And if they did the same numbers they did with Diddy, guess what they're about to do with this one, who was dating 11 from Stranger Things while she was at the height of her fame when she was 12, 13 years old. Yes, Drake was dating 11 from Stranger at the height of her career. Now, you just saw what he did with Diddy. Now you are, and it's probably a minor. Tune in to the nigga show, please. Okay? Yeah, it's going down. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad out here in these streets. It's called central casting. Don't you ever forget it. Donald Trump said it right. It is central casting. Stop thinking the government is your friend. Stop thinking the government is real. The government is not real. They're just a bunch of evil people who need to trap your soul to do the slave work on this fucking planet. Okay? It's central casting. Central casting.
These are central casting. If I'm doing a movie, I pick you, General. Central casting. Very impressive. Oh, you're central casting. Look at this guy. This man's central casting. I watch him all the time. Central casting. He's a real talent, a real guy, and he is central casting. Do we agree? Central casting. They're central casting. The red suspenders, handsome, beautiful, smart. You couldn't get better central casting.
He is great in every way. And he's central casting. I mean, this is
central casting, central casting, central casting.
That was born for the position.
Woo. This world is getting dangerous. This world is getting dangerous. Apparently, it's impossible for the Trump administration to arrest anyone involved with the COVID scam, Benghazi, the Doge findings, Jeffrey Epstein, or the deep state in the United States. But we can pull off anything in foreign countries if it benefits his control. Yeah, this is hell, and Trump is the Antichrist. You cannot convince me otherwise. Okay? You cannot convince me otherwise.
Twice her age. Masons are like homosexuals. They can't reproduce themselves naturally. They can only, amen, they can only recruit. You know, think of that. That's the way with every cult. If you know someone who's a Mason, or if you yourself are a Mason, realize that when you kneel at the altar of Masonry as an entered apprentice, and you take that oath, you are adopted into the family of Lucifer at that moment. Now, you don't probably know that. I did. But most people don't even know that. And as a result, if you're a Christian, mind you, there are pastors that are doing this. There are deacons that are doing this. There are countless Christian lay people that are doing this. You cannot serve two masters. And if you understood the profound
Do you know how many
relationship,
black
you understood
Christians?
the profound relationship.
Do you know how many black Christians that I know that talking about they're an Eastern Star? Do you know how many black people I know talking about they're a Freemason? Do you know how many white people I know who talking about the hell, my biological father was a Freemason. That's probably why I have a disdain hate for deadbeat dads. I have a disdained dislike for motherfuckers like that. World's worst person. Well, now I see why you're part of a secret society. It makes so much sense. But there's nowhere in the world that you say you're a Christian and then you're part of a secret society because God told you you cannot worship no other man. You cannot worship no other idol. You cannot worship no other church. You cannot worship nobody but yourself. And now you got a president and a pastor and a doctor? Child, please. You are lukewarm. You are not hot nor cold. You are lukewarm, so I'm going to spit you out. If especially all the black women who are Eastern Stars, slap ass disgusting. All the black men who are Freemasons, number one, here's the thing. Black people invented and started every fucking thing in the world, okay? The fact that we are Masons and not Freemasons, let me go ahead and break that down to you. While white folks call themselves Freemasons, is because say that black people are the Masons. We already been here before, all right? So if you are already a Mason and the true, real, living Masons are still alive and well, okay? And don't forget, white folks are stealing your history, stealing your identity, stealing. Why do you think we got white folks walking around here in Moroccan, Moors, Shriner hats? Okay? This betrayal and this stealing of history goes so deep that if white folks say, okay, I'm a Mason, the real black Masons are going to say, no, the fuck you ain't, and you're in violation of our order. It's like a gang. You can't say you're Pyru unless you've been initiated by a Pyru or your OG tells you, hey, okay, you can rep this set. You can't say you're a Blood or you're a Crip if you cannot rep that set if you have not been jumped in. So can you imagine all the white men trying to say, oh, I'm a Mason? Oh, no, you did not go through the ritual. You did not take up rights. Are you out of your fucking mind? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why white folks say, okay, then we are the Freemasons. Because they know that in the 13th Amendment, it states that any person of color is not a person. So then they cannot vote. They're not a free man. So when the 13th Amendment said, if you are of color, you're not free. And you can't vote. Not to mention the white man literally fixed it to where it used to be, if you have land, then you can vote. And remember, black people did not own land. So then that's why white folks like, aha, well, you won't let us steal the name Mason? We'll steal the name Freemason because we know we are free and we know you are not. You got to finish history. A lot of y'all fail history and it shows. It shows. So that's why he's telling you Masons cannot be born. Freemasons cannot be born. They are made. They are made because think about it. You're literally becoming a Judas for your people. Then you're going to grow up, go to this lodge every Saturday, take the light, take Lucifer as your God. When you're getting initiated in Freemasonry, they tell you, you have to drop God. You cannot have no other God but Lucifer. What are you going to do then when you're like, hold on, nigga, I'm Christian. What the fuck you mean? I thought we were all Christians here. And they was like, yeah, right, motherfucker. Take the right or not. Okay? Just like a lot of white men are walking around here in Shriners hats, Moroccan, Moorish, Scottish right hats. Oh, laddie. Not to mention the Scottish and Irish are black people. We didn't start getting white until the Nordic aliens started coming over here raping us and breeding with us. Now, let's get back to this video. After I had to break that down and explain it to you.
Between witchcraft and... If you're a Christian, mind you, there are pastors that are doing this. There are deacons that are doing this. There are countless Christian lay people that are doing this. You cannot serve two masters. And if you understood the profound relationship between witchcraft and Freemasonry, you would know what that cord, that cable toe meant, because they've got a rope around their neck. And what that means in witchcraft, and
did you see that?
Understood the profound relationship between witchcraft and Freemasonry, you would know what that cord, that...
Star of Rephaim, Synagogue of Satan, the Joos. You see that? Hold on. Let me go let the cat in. All right.
Cable toe men, because they've got a rope around their neck. And
so did you see that? Now you're not stupid. Now you're why are those two
the profound
groups?
Relationship between witchcraft and Freemasonry, you would know what that cord, that cable toe meant.
Now why? When did the Freemasons become Jews? If they already wasn't planning to be a JOOISH establishment, a secret society. Okay? Wake up. This is going on too long. I mean, how much longer are you going to pretend to be stupid? We don't have time for this. World War IV has started and your IQ still has not risen. Why is this? Huh? Take the blindfold off.
They've got a rope around their neck. And what that means in witchcraft and the occult is that is a symbol of the umbilical cord of the mother goddess, the Queen of Heaven, linking her to her hidden child. So this guy has just been born again by the Queen of Hell, the consort of Lucifer.
Ooh, they keep trying to take this video, honey. I'm eating them up today.
Cord of the mother goddess, the Queen of Heaven, linking her to her hidden child. So this guy has just been born again by the Queen of Hell, the consort of Lucifer. Every Mason has this happen to them. And they don't understand the dynamics, probably 99 out of 100, but they still go through it.
So they asked you if you believe in God, and I said, yes, I did. And they didn't ask which God I believed. I didn't tell them that the God I believed didn't have horns. Basically, Masonry is an antichrist thing. It claims it's not religious, but it is. Almost every single leading occult person of the late 19th and early 20th century was a Freemason. They just go together like, love and marriage. When I was into Satanism, we understood and were taught that Satan draws energy from being worshipped. And when these guys, even if they don't understand it, every time a Mason kneels at the altar and swears an oath, the devil gets energy from it. Again, there was this group.
You hear that? Every time you kneel at the altar. Because the God of this world is Lucifer. So every time you kneel and say, Amen, Amen Ra, or Lord, the prayers, the energy goes to Lucifer. It goes to Lucifer, not your made up God. No. You need to understand the God of this world is Baphomet, Lucifer, Satan, Asmodeus, Beelzebub. Okay? They have many names. Many names. Jesus. Okay? Jesus Morning Star. Jesus literally said, I'm from the tribe of David. How? Hold on. If the Messiah is a black man, how is the blue-eyed Jesus, white Jesus, from the Joos tribe of Israel? Number one, you automatically know that the black people are the Israelites. Okay, you're not even Israelites. You're Kemites. You are Kemites. Israel wasn't created until 1949. So we have a problem. We have a problem. Israel was created by the deep state. What are you talking about? What are you? No, you're not Israelites. You're Kemites. You're Kemites. Okay?
Up in Chicago, and they were entwined with this Memphis mystery on the right.
So let me finish that thought. So when I say you're Kemites, if you're the Kemites who are supposed to be the Israelites, then the pretendian Jewish, that's why they're ish. You hear they put ISH at the end. They're not a full JOO. They are ish because they know they're not the right ones. Because everybody in that Bible is black, melanated. Black and melanated. And if the people in that Bible are black and melanated, because Daniel, book of Daniel, said God's skin is bronze, hair of wool. Hair of wool. So how are the Ashkenazis, Russians, fitting in our story? Yeah, I thought so.
Interacted with these people, and at a certain...
Meaning Israelites, Israel, the fake Jewish are not the Israelites. They're not the chosen people. Okay? It's not them. That's what I told you. I said all of that to tell you that point.
They said, well, if you want to go any further and become a satanic priest, you need to, sell your soul to the devil. And so they took me to this park in Glen Ellen, Illinois, which is like a suburb of Chicago. And they said, don't worry about it. The cops are all devil worshippers. And
he said, don't worry about it. The cops are all devil worshippers. Now, remember, I told you the cops are a fraternal order. And they are all Freemasons. Okay? You got to wake up, boo-boo.
They brought out this black book, and I swore an oath to Satan, my allegiance to him. So they ask you if you believe in God, and I said...
The name Illuminati originally came from being illuminated, i.e. awakened of the truths of it. And
why do you think they always saying blue bloods, blue bloods, blue bloods, blue bloods? It's Freemasonry. It's a secret society. It's Satanism. Hidden. Hold on, let me let this cat out before he cuss me out. Hold on a second. All right. Let's get back to it.
this happens in all the time. Power corrupts, and it's all to do with the bloodline. So we're talking about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the J.P. Morgans, the royal families of Egypt, royal families of Europe. They're all tied into this bloodline. And that bloodline happens to be reptilian. And once you've created 2 or 3 religions, well, you can set them against one another. And that's why they created countries, because now you can set countries against each other. And the thing is, the Illuminati create all the wars on the planet. And they've created them all since 1300. Okay? Because the...
So did you just hear him say, the Illuminati creates all the wars? The fact that Trump just told on himself, said, hey, guess what? I'm going to start another war. That means Trump is what? Part of the what? Illuminati. Okay? Stop being dumb. I've had enough of this. We can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore. That's why the new world order, the one world order is here. And Trump just evoked martial law like I told you he would. And now, since we're in war, guess what? State of emergency. A state of motherfucking emergency. And what happens when a nation is declared under state of emergency? Trump gets eminent power. Eminent domain. He gets to rule until the war is over. This is why American history and American government and social studies and civil fucking studies, okay, civics. This is why those certain branches of history is important. It's very important. And I think everybody owes me an apology. I've been right the entire time. And I've been the only one out here saving your motherfucking soul and your ass. Okay, and your bloodline. And I just think everybody owe me an apology because I've been right. I was right. And I'll forever be right. Because I don't literally leer off into the right, unrighteous path of the wrong. I refuse. I'm not going to do evil. I don't want to be with the wrong people. I just don't. I believe in fighting and standing up for what's right and true. What's right and true. And I walk with the light, not the darkness. I conform the darkness. I transmute the darkness, but I do never become the darkness. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? All right, let's get back to it.
Illuminati are the very first weapons merchants. They became so rich because of discoveries they made in the Crusades that they became richer than the state, richer than the church, and they were the power brokers in Europe, and they were the weapons manufacturers. What they do is they set the governments up against one another, and they manufacture wars.
You remember Nicolas Cage when Hollywood made the movie God of War? Yeah, but the arms dealer, yeah.
And that's why they think people are stupid. The name Illuminati originally came from... I had to become a Freemason, because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason. That was my official shrine portrait, which they took as part of my initiation.
What did I tell you about white folks wearing that Moroccan hat?
Hardcore Satanism. What did that mean? Well, that meant I had to sell my soul to the devil. I had to sign my name on the contract in blood. I had to sign my name in the black book. You gotta understand something. The satanic doctrine here is that hell is not what we believe it is, or what the Bible teaches it is. The satanic doctrine is that hell is this incredible party. It's like a nonstop, all-eternity orgy.
And don't the rich people keep having parties? Didn't Trump just had a big old Great Gatsby party? Didn't Jeff Bezos just had a yacht party for New Year's Day? Why do y'all think y'all party every fucking holiday? What are y'all having a party about? We're still enslaved. We are slaves. We're still locked up. What the fuck are you having a party for? Okay?
So you're smoking dope, you're fornicating your brains out, you're listening to rock and roll through all eternity. And it's party hardy time. But before I could get onto the priesthood of Satanism, excuse me, I had to get 7 people to sell their souls to the devil. The other thing I had to do, and this might astonish some of you, is I had to become a Catholic priest. I had to go back to my original vocation.
Didn't I tell you Catholicism wasn't a real fucking religion? Because who the fuck can give 3 Hail Marys, 2 Our Marys, 1 Our Lord, and you're absolved of your sins if you pay me $7,500 with 2 Hail Marys? Wake the fuck up. Religion is a scam. Religion is Satanism. Because I know you're not up there doing blood sacrificial rituals, pretending you're drinking someone's flesh, pretending you're drinking someone's blood and eating someone's flesh. That's Satanism. Christianity is Satanism. I know you're not up here talking about drinking blood and eating flesh. That's what Satanists do. And he just told you, in order to practice black magic on a high level of Satanism, you have to become a priest. He said, I picked a Catholic. He said specifically a Catholic priest. Why are y'all not waking up to this bullshit? Why do you think all children get raped in churches? Get molested in churches? That's why I hate the church. I hate the church. Man, driving me around on that goddamn van, molesting me. Dude, no. The fuck? And when I told the church I got kicked out of the church, not to mention all them other little girls came up to me and said, thank you for speaking out. He's doing the same thing to us. Weird. He didn't get kicked out of church, but I got kicked out of the church. Okay, make it make sense. What about all these little boys who get fondled in Catholics in the Catholic religion? What about all the Catholics who do Brit Mila? Remember, the JOOS get to suck your baby's DICK as soon as they're born for Brit Mila. How can you not see religion is Satanism? How?
Because you cannot be a satanic priest unless, first of all, you're a Catholic priest. And if that surprises you, I just suggest that you go and you read some of the medieval literature. You'll see that that is, in fact, the case. I had to be...
Fidel Castro is pure Iranian ancient bloodline, and he's directly descended from Pope Paul III. He is from the papal nobility family. Mm-hmm. And he's from the Dukes of Castro. And Pope Paul III had 3 sons, and he gave each of them a dukedom. The Duke of Castro, the Duke of Piacenza, which is a city in northern Italy. That's where Castro's father was born.
And you've done the genealogies.
Absolutely.
So far, these people have been very good in veiling the truth and hiding it, because the Rockefellers own the University of Chicago. The Russell Trust runs Yale University. All these bloodlines control information, scholarship, and every single aspect, and sciences, of course, almost every single aspect of our lives that shape our world.
And if you go back some more.
But let me get this straight. When I'm retelling history and I'm telling you who the villains are, keeping us oppressed and suppressed, you call me racist because I say, hey, y'all, them white, JOOS, Anglo-Saxons, German, Aryan, Nordic people are colonizing the earth and systemically killing us with racism. And then white people who know this truth will look at me and say, I'm racist. How am I racist? Because I'm telling the truth that it is you, in fact, holding back humanity. You see how that's reverse racism? That's the latest psychological operation white people are doing on black people, is saying when we speak the truth about our histories and their ancestors, oh, you're being racist. How am I being racist if it's the truth? How? And then it's white folks telling the truth. It's not me making the videos. No, it's white folks saying, hey, they are Illuminati. They are satanic Freemason members. Hey, you probably need to get away from them. But I'm racist? Okay. I know you're just saying that because you're losing the fight. And I'm a smart black woman. Let me tell you what happens to me. Because I'm so smart as a melanated woman, white men hate that shit. So they resort to either putting their hands on me or either. So white men, when I beat them intellectually, they will either call me a nigger or a monkey or either put their hands on me. It's what racist people do. When people are stupid and racist, what's the first thing they do? Fucking nigger, fucking monkey. Why is it that every time when we articulate and research and debate properly with etiquette and education, the first time we are wrong, The first time that white people are wrong and everybody see that they're wrong, they'll get embarrassed and they'll say, "You fucking nigger." Well, what does my race have to do with the factuals? What does my race have to do with facts? Are you angry because you cannot combat me when it comes to wisdom? Because that's what it seems to be the problem. You can't get racist because you're not educated. White men, you got to stop this shit. You got to stop this shit. Okay? This is getting out of hand. But the fact that white people are saying that, hey, we are so racist and we are so satanic and we are so evil that you need to know who runs this world, and it ain't black folks. The KKK is still alive. The Aryan Brotherhood is still alive, and I'm literally showing you how they are alive and well and still moving. The fuel movement is back. They're doing Nazi salutes all over the goddamn place. How can you not see Hitler was reincarnated back into goddamn Trump? The fuel is back for the Führer. Okay?
Into the Bible, you will also find mention of a global genocide. And so this is basically the Jesuit embrace, enfold, extinguish. It's the secret history of the Jesuits. Fidel Castro.
So it makes me racist.
Iranian.
By the way, Fidel Castro, his son is Trudeau. You can see it in their fucking face.
It's a known fact that all the presidents that have, well, reigned in the United States have all been related. It's fascinating that the Bible doesn't speak about the presidents of the world. It speaks about the kings of the world. And it really, over the course of history, hasn't mattered which of the candidates has won, because the candidates have always both been in the same bloodline. Now, that's a fascinating story, because Charlemagne is, of course, the one who was crowned emperor of the Roman Empire, the new Roman Empire, and the Pope was crowning him whilst his kingdom was falling apart. So he's a symbol of this unity of the world under one leadership, the papacy. So you have these high-profile Catholics as
doing the
vice
Masonic shake.
presidents. The Jesuits themselves say that if you have to choose sides, then a Jesuit can choose one side and represent it to the point of death, while a fellow Jesuit may choose the opposite side and defend that.
Who is that? Who is that in the Jesuit? Huh? Who is that in the motherfucking elite bloodline? Oh, but I'm a racist. Man, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all to the high fucking heavens. How am I racist? Because I can identify colors. Because I can identify who the assailant of the motherfucking crime is, so Scooby-Doo, Velma, and Shaggy can solve this motherfucking clue. In case. How am I racist? Because I'm telling the fucking truth. Anywho.
To the point of death. That is the Hegelian dialectic. So it really wouldn't have mattered which one of these two would have become the vice president. And it really wouldn't have mattered which one of them is an own.
You see, he said it doesn't matter who became president, because if they're all related, if they're all connected, guess what? Your vote doesn't fucking matter if the bloodline of the elite comes from Satan. You don't have no rule over Satan's dominion. Who the fuck do you think you are? You have no power. You have no pull. You are a minion, an opinion, and a fucking peon in the smallest fraction of the world. You are a nobody until Lucifer makes you somebody. You understand that?
Fact that all the presidents that have, well, reigned in the United States have all been related.
Who's at the very top? Who really rules the world? And I discovered it's a very, very interesting history of ancient Iranian tribes, the original Zoroastrians, and the first world Persian Empire. That
Blue-eyed Jesus, it is Persian Empire. You guys are funny. This is why Christianity can't be, you cannot be a white Christian. If God's skin is bronze, you cannot be a white Christian, because that shows that you and your people have infiltrated Christianity. You have no place there. You don't have no place there. Okay?
Has controlled the world for the last 5,000 years. The interests behind the Jesuits, the entities that created the Jesuits during the Renaissance in Italy, it was none other than Alessandro Farnese, a Persian.
You remember Farnese? Yes, from the show, what's that dang show? Oh my God, with, I love it. Oh my God, the Borgias. Watch the Borgias, and it will tell this fucking story right here. Great show with Jeremy Irons. Go watch it. It was on Netflix, but it's a great show. The Farneses and the Medicis and all of them were literally the 13 bloodlines, along with the Collins, okay? The Rothschilds, the Redchilds, and all that shit. They were all in line under the Vatican, okay? The president does not run America. The U.S. government does not run America. The Vatican runs America. The British Crown runs America. That's why all of your presidents are descendants of King King Henry. Okay? From 1169. Wake up.
From ancient Persia, his family came through Cappadocia in eastern Turkey, eventually to Italy, and they founded the first 10 Etruscan cities in Italy. And when those were razed, they destroyed them, and they created the Roman Empire. The Pope, for instance, wears a papal tiara dome, the papal dome, which is called the papal tiara. Well, that's what men in charge of tribes in Central Asia wear. They wear those very large domed hats. Who's at the very top? John Kerry's family were Jews in the Habsburg Empire in Czechoslovakia, and they were Hohenjudah, house Jews. So they were very, very high in the court, and they advised the
Look at that big ass chin.
Teresa Heinz Kerry is from a Portuguese Hohenjudah family, and her family advised the. Then I found a painting of John Kerry's ancestor on his mother's side. She was a Forbes. Right. Not Malcolm Forbes.
The Opium family Forbes.
The Opium family.
The Yale.
Yes.
Forbes.
John Kerry looks exactly like.
You hear that? Forbes magazine also owns all the opium. But you're saying Crystal is a racist because I said the people who run this world are non-melanated? And I'm right? And you're mad because I'm exposing your history and your ancestors? Anyway, deflection.
So these are ancient bloodlines.
Narcissists.
That they keep. They know how to breed, who to breed into the line, and how to keep the physical characteristics. And then I realized they have very, very strict breeding. And for instance, with the royal families, the popes had to always give permission for two members of a royal family to marry. For instance, especially if they were on the throne. And there could be no relatives or family association for 7 generations in order to marry. John Kerry's family, after about 200 years, a bloodline will just die out because they're infertile from so much inbreeding. And so they would just take a...
Don't forget, Elon Musk's daddy said the white race is dying out. Okay? They're telling you what they're doing. So this is why the Jews made that plan to say, hey, we got to do interracial breeding. Our race is not strong enough. We're not going to make it. So now we got to go lay down with the melanated people to make it. Okay?
The death family, one of the other branches, and they plugged them in. And so it was the same bloodline. But if you look at the Habsburgs, they all have strawberry blonde hair. It's reddish blonde. And there's a Pope, Orsini, who had reddish blonde hair, and I think he was involved in the the Habsburg line. Another one is Bill Clinton's mother, who was the illegitimate
Look at the
child
jaw.
of Winthrop
Look at the jaw.
Rockefeller, who was governor of Arkansas. That's
Look
why
at the
Clinton
nose and jaw.
was president, and now Hillary Clinton. She's actually, her middle name was Rodham. What I looked it up, and it was shortened from Brodonsky, and she's from a Jewish family in Brodonsky, Poland. They keep rebreeding the ancient stock, the chi in Italian, like
Medici.
Medici. Yeah, chi means the stock, the bloodline you're from, or the tribe.
Chi means your life
DNA
force.
is what it means, and it's always through the feet.
That's why you see black nobility. Yes, you see when white people invaded this planet, everybody was black. Okay, everybody used to have brown eyes, brown skin until 10,000 years ago. About 10,000 or whatever, so many years ago, the Nordic aliens dropped down on the Black Sea and started breeding with us. Okay, and that's where we got the recessive genetic mutation of blue eyes. Okay, same way they invaded America, same way they invaded the planet. So that's why they had said, okay, well, we can't, everybody know that all the blacks used to be king and queen. That's why King James, who wrote your Bible, is a black man. That's black nobility. So now the white folks was like, shit, we just arrived. We can't change it. So that's why they had to keep black nobility, because it was black folks around here. It's like, hey, no, just like the Freemasons. Hey, we're Masons. You can't be, there's no such thing as white nobility when all we have is black nobility, because there's only black folks on the planet. So much so that the reptilians started having to breed with each other to keep their bloodline pure. Are you not paying attention? That's why you have black nobility instead of white nobility. It's because when they showed up to Earth very late, very fucking late, they had to infiltrate the human race. And that's where we got blonde hair, blue eyes from, the recessive gene, the genetic mutation in the human race. She's telling you how they did it by inbreeding, incest, and then stealing black nobility. Okay?
Male. It's not through the male. It's through the female. After about 200...
One of the most important of the ancient dynasties up into the modern are a group of people from Italy, from Venice specifically, that have dominated the world for many generations, that have been loosely called the Black Venetians. Now this term, the Black Venetians... are the
See that? Black nobility. Black Venetians. White people invaded this planet. You keep looking for aliens. Well, they are the Nordic aliens. This is not me being racist. I'm telling you who invaded Earth. And y'all are always looking for aliens. Well, why do you think they're called Nordic aliens? Why? Why do you think this? They can't cover up history. They keep trying to cover up history, but they cannot. They can't. I'm going to try to get my computer going because I got to pull up black nobility and all that shit for you. Yeah, the Pope was black. Catholicism used to be black. The Catholic Church used to be black. Okay? White people are not going to keep these terms just for the hell of it. It's hard for them to whitewash history. It is very, very fucking hard for them to whitewash it. And so when they try to whitewash history, they have to put weird clues in front of it, like Black Vatican or black nobility. Like, be for real. Like, be so fucking for real. Because when we look up black nobility, let me go ahead and pull this up for you. When we pull up black nobility, this is what we get. You see? We were hijacked by the Nordic aliens. Black nobility in Europe. Let's go ahead and pull it up. King James was a black man. Queen Elizabeth was a black woman. This, you see, King James, black royalty, created the Bible. Black royalty. Jews ruled Europe. See that? It's all black people. Black nobility. That's why they're literally going around and knocking the nose off the Egyptian statues, because it's black nobility. See that? Black nobility. This is King Boris of Bulgaria, known as Boris Mihil. He is the first Bulgarian of the Byzantine emperor. Okay? We have black Russians. We have black Europeans. We have black Frenchmen. We have all of that. Black nobility. All right? If the earth was not infiltrated by the Nordic aliens, let me go ahead and bring this up for you. And y'all keep saying, hey, we believe in aliens. When are the aliens are going to arrive? Well, the aliens have already arrived. They've been here and they invaded the planet. They invaded the planet, I want to say, and you keep thinking I'm lying. You think I'm calling white people Nordic aliens to be mean. No, I'm not doing it to be mean. This is actually the truth, and this is history. It says the study of alleged extraterrestrial beings and life forms visiting Earth are the Nordics or the Nordic aliens, known as tall whites. They are among the names given to one of the several purported humanoid races hailing the Pleiades star cluster. When we look up the Pleiades star cluster, we see that that was the moment that white people wrote themselves into the Black Bible. Okay? The Pleiadians are in the Bible. White folks have written themselves into our history, and you know this to be true because blue eyes give me that. All right. Yes, blue eyes are a result of a genetic mutation that affects the production of melanin in the iris, leading to a lack of pigment. Meaning, if you don't have brown eyes, you do not have melanation in you. You're not black. You're not melanated. You're not indigenous. You're not indigenous to this world. Okay? So much so, the planet was invaded by the Nordic alien. Scientists have linked people with blue eyes to a single common ancestor with a genetic mutation which took place 6,000 to 10,000 years ago. So no, white people are not humans. They are Nordic aliens. That's why the original word for human was this. Watch this. The original word for human had the H-U-E in it because it stood for color. Well, remember, white people had to whitewash history. So what did they do? They went and removed the E to include all humans. That's where the word human comes from. The root word of human is color. Color. Okay? That's the original spelling for human. And when white folks added themselves to it, they came in and said, guess what? No, you're not people of color anymore. No, you're not. Just like they say black nobility. And when you go look up black nobility, you're seeing white faces. Same things is going on. Same fucking motherfucking thing. Okay? So, the fact that there was a species that literally, okay, in their new environment, the blue-eye mutation was highly adaptive. It allowed the ancient Europeans to absorb light more effectively. Over time, the allele became more common in the population, like new alleles. However, blue eyes originated as a genetic mutation. Yeah. White people, just like you're not supposed to be in America, you're not supposed to be on planet Earth. At all. At all. But like most places do, most planets get invaded by aliens. Foreigners. Okay? Yep, the genetic mystery of the blue eyes, of how y'all just a 6,000-year-old genetic mutation transformed human appearance and shaped evolutionary adaptations across Europe. Wake the fuck up. You're not supposed to be here. We're not dumb. Okay? We're not dumb. Oh, where's that other phone? I can't lose that thread. I can't lose that fucking thread. Oh, okay, good. I'm still here. So, this is what whitewashing means. All right? We have been infiltrated. Blue eyes are a genetic mutation, and before the genetic mutation occurred, all humans had brown eyes. So how am I racist if I'm showing you what science said? I'm not even using it in a hateful or condescending tone. I'm just simply teaching history. So all history teachers are racist is what you're saying. No, white people, you are guilty. You know I'm right. And you're so stupid that my intelligence insults you. So you say in turn, like reverse psychology, you tell me I'm a racist when you're the real racist because I'm exposing the racist. It's just like a narcissist gets mad when you call them out for lying. When you call people out for lying, they get mad at you. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense if I was evil. Yeah, so cut the bullshit. Okay, let's get back to it.
Called the Black Venetians. Now this term, the Black Venetians or the Black Nobility, is their own term. This is not just a historical term used for them. This is one of their own terms. And they became known as the Black Nobility or the Black Venetians because literally their deeds were so black. These oligarchs formed our cities. They formed the political systems that we have. No more than a few hundred years ago, it was crown or it was gown. It was cross or it was crown. It was monarch on one side to mind control you and brainwash you and throw you in a dungeon, or it was the popes and the potentates. Two forms of control. Nobody just came in and took over. These individuals have created our cities, created our industries. They were there from day one. They were billionaires from the 1st century AD. And they're dancing on their desks to find out how easy it is to manipulate the herd, of the population of the world. They didn't just suddenly come in and take over like some normal mafioso group. These individuals created the entire structure of our life.
Sir, no, they did not. See, they stole it. And I'll go ahead and pull that book up too. He's only saying they reconstructed the environment and the government because black women, the Amazons, created the monarchy and the patriarchy in the government today. And that's where white people came in and they literally seized our empires. Now, you know me, when we do our history, first thing we're going to pull up is Mama Wata, right? Mama Wata and the stolen African prophecies, of the stolen Catholic Church. Give me that book, Mama Wata, the stolen African. Oh, shit. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. All right. You know our Bible. You know how we do with our Bible. The book, The Sibyls, the first prophetess of Mama Wata, the theft of the African prophecy by the Catholic Church. Black people were Catholic. Black people was religion. Or we were all of that. We created all of that. We created the Bible. We created the Catholic Church. We created the black nobility. We created the black Venetian. Okay? And it wasn't even Venetian. It wasn't Venetian until they literally stole it from the blacks. And that's why they're mocking them in the face, calling it black nobility or black Venetian bloodline. It's not. It's not. They can't. The theft of the African prophecy by the Catholic Church. What are we doing here? Anyway, That's why all white people are going to have to study African American studies. You're going to have to learn African American history because you cannot complete history without African American studies or melanated studies. Okay?
Ventured more than 5-10 miles from their feudal villages. In fact, it was even a crime to even do so. So nothing could have been easier. You have military, monarchy, and you have the religious, the theocracy. Two forms that attain world domination more simply than we can ever even imagine. One of the most important connections from the ancient
is a group called the Illuminati. Who are the Illuminati? Make a long story short, there are 13 families that control the resources and the entire planet.
But how does that make me racist? Because I'm telling you, it's 13 groups of white folks ruining this world. And you call me a racist? When I'm not only saying it, white folks are saying it too. So if the white folks is saying that these white people are running this world, why aren't you calling them a racist? They're only telling the truth too.
And they have their ancestry goes all the way back to Sumerian times.
You mean Sumerian days when the aliens? You mean the Sumerian days when Enki and Enlil from Mesopotamia, the Anunnaki? Oh, when Earth was invaded by aliens? Absolutely. So, Crystal, you are correct. You are correct, Crystal. The Nordic aliens, just like the Anunnaki aliens, Sumerian aliens, Mesopotamian aliens, invaded this world. Y'all don't remember that? That's where the Egyptian dynasty came from. Oh, now you remember. Got it. Yeah. The aliens have always been here, baby. Always been here since 1 BCE. Akhenaten and Nefertiti. Okay? All of them, baby. It's all of them. And the aliens came down and started breeding with Nefertiti. That's why white folks want Nefertiti to be white so bad. Sweetie, every man and woman and child on this planet was birthed from a black woman. The mitochondrial Eve gene. Okay?
Khazars, they entered into Europe where they merged with the Celtic remnants or the Atlantean refugees, which became the Merovingians. And then that, over the centuries, broke into 13 distinct families that controlled Europe at the time.
Oh, you see his eyes.
And are there names to these families? Yes, you have the Windsors, the Rothschilds, the Romanovs, the Sinclairs. There's a very wide range of naughty. So is the range underneath the 13, which is the Committee of 300, which are 300 families that work very closely in association with the Illuminati to accomplish the goals. You mentioned that in your book that another way of describing the Illuminati is the New World Order. Is a group called the Illuminati. I don't understand why you...
Masons are like homosexuals. They can't
Anyway, this is absolutely insane. Venezuela currently has 303 billion barrels of crude oil reserves, which Trump says the U.S. now controls. Oil prices are trading at $57 a barrel, making Venezuela's total reserves worth $17.3 trillion. Even if the United States sell off this oil for half of the market rate, it's still $8.7 trillion. In other words, in 12 hours, the United States has gained control of the oil reserves worth more than the entire GDP of all countries in the world, aside from the U.S. and China, making it, guess what? The most powerful person and place in the fucking world. Most people don't realize how much the world has changed. So Donald Trump just went and got all this oil, went and got all this gold, went and got all these treasures, and then went and colonized Venezuela, took some more land. But you're calling me racist because I'm recognizing the patterns of colonization among a nation? Bro, fuck you. And your bloodline. And your ancestors. And the alien who created you. Because what the fuck? No, we're not doing this. That's why I'm the uncensored truth. I tell you the truth that they censored. Okay? Fuck out of my face. I don't have time for this. Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
Secretary.
All right.
As a corporation. That's why when your body is a corporation. That's why when you die, you're a corpse because you are a corporation. You are a company. And as such, you may be good company, you may be bad company, but you're a company by law. It's called International Maritime Admiralty Law. And therefore, anything you do is business. It may not be my business, it may be your business, but it's a business by law. Anything you do, you need to get a permit or a license. In America, you have something called the Statue of Liberty. It is not the Statue of Freedom. It's the Statue of Liberty. Liberty is what a sailor gets when he gets off a ship in the Navy. When you pull into port and you ask the captain if you can go on land, if he gives you the permission, you have liberty, not freedom. In America, you have no freedom. You have liberty. Liberty means you ask permission. You get a permit. A license is a permit to do something which without that license would be unlawful. So therefore you can't get married because you're a business. But the point you need to understand is that you are a corporation. Your body is being bought and sold on the New York Stock Exchange every day, and you have no idea in the world how the world really works.
But I'm racist.
How the world,
But I'm racist.
how the world really works.
You guys don't make any sense. You guys don't make any sense. So just because you say I'm a fucking racist, I thought I'd get a bunch of white people who literally sees the world as from my point of view. So you can shut the fuck up talking to me too. Okay? Now, Venezuela has overthrown their government and they are up in arms. Venezuela is literally overthrowing their government. All last night while you were asleep getting ready to go to work, they overthrew their government. But believing Trump captured Maduro to stop drug trafficking is like believing he befriended Jeffrey Epstein to stop child trafficking. Yeah, okay. You're funny. You're real funny.
You guys look at this. I mean, it's right in your face.
Darren's been having some inappropriate conversations.
Ooh. Anyway, it's all scripted, baby. It's just scripted. It's scripted. We know it's Saddam. We know it's you, Saddam. It's scripted. It's scripted. It's so scripted that even Stevens actor claimed he was fired from Universal after reporting a pedophile. That's how bad your world is.
You said that Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking. You recently pardoned the former president of Honduras who was convicted of many drug trafficking. Can you explain how these two situations are different?
I endorsed, as you know, the winning president, the man who won in Honduras. I endorsed the man who won in Chile. I endorsed the man who won in Argentina. And we are doing very well with that whole group. What the man that I pardoned was, if you could equate it to us, he was treated like the Biden administration treated a man named Trump. That didn't work out too well for them. This was a man who was persecuted very unfairly. He was the head of the country. He was persecuted very unfairly.
He was selling dope.
And we felt that it was a very unfair situation that happened to him. He's also a party member of the man who won. So obviously the people liked what I did. And one of the reasons that was done is because of the fact that the party in power felt very strongly that that man was treated very badly. I studied...
What? Okay, so, no. So all drug dealers can get pardoned because they were treated badly. Are you dumb? Okay, stop this story. Reporter said, you said Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking. You recently pardoned the former president of Honduras convicted of drug trafficking. Can you explain these situations? He said he was treated like the Biden administration treated a man named Trump. This was a man persecuted very unfairly. He was the head of a country and he was persecuted very unfairly. He was moving kilos as the president. He was selling bricks, you dumb bitch. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Drug dealers are treated unfairly? Man, get the fuck out of my face. This world is just disgusting. I'm fed up. I'm tired.
See this video of Mel Gibson. Okay, you guys got to see this video of Mel Gibson and what he says. This is from Italy, so he's recording this from Italy. And I find it very interesting that he decides to mention this, and we're going to talk about it.
Hi, Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy, where the food supply hasn't been messed with. You know, there's no GMOs.
He said, I'm in Italy where the food supply hasn't been messed with. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, right when they started World War IV, the government went ahead and put that jab in your food. That's why your stomach been fucked up. They done overdosed you on that jab. So much so that the celebrity said, I'm not eating that food. And not to mention the first night that Trump bombed the Venezuela, Atlanta had 20,000 new cases of HIV. So if Crystal told you that COVID-SARS HIV is in that shit and in your COVID and FLU shots, then guess what you got? And it's a lot. Yeah, I told you don't get that shit. So now we got 20,000 new cases of HIV. And the jab B is in all the foodie. Oh, no, baby. Not for me. Mel Gibson said, who? He said, no, my name Bennett. I ain't in it.
So the grain and the pasta is great. I can eat it like all day and not get porky. And all the cheeses are wonderful. Buffalo mozzarella from the Napoli region. Unpasteurized milk. It's good for the biff. Save the biff. It's your last line of defense against, well, all the environmental things that come to assault us. Particularly in the food supply.
Okay, a few things to unpack here.
In the food supply.
Hello.
Yeah. There you have it. There you have it. We're fed up and we're sick of it. We need Eric Mays back. That's what we need. We need Eric Mays back. All right, that's going to do it for us today here at What You Mean News. We're going to get on out of here. It's been another edition of What You Mean News. I am your amazing host here in Crystal Clear. If you like what you do, please like and subscribe to Here in Crystal Clear and What You Mean News. If you want to support this channel, keep the lights on, keep the internet and the research flowing and going, keep the truth from being censored and keeping the uncensored truth near to you, and you want to support us, Cash App is $Oracle833, and my Venmo and Chime is Oracle1183. I appreciate you tuning in to me, and I appreciate you for letting me teach you all the wonderful things about life. I specifically created this video to literally shut the white folks up and my ex. My ex said, before he called me a monkey, which is weird, he said, you know, he said, all the white people say you're racist. How? When I've never been racist towards you, white sir. And I've never been racist toward any other white people. And I've only advocated for white people to get their shit together. How can I be a racist? Because I'm retelling history. So today what I did is I brought in a bunch of white people who knew the truth and agreed with me that yes, white people run this world and they are ruining it. They're ruining it. Even the black person we thought we had was Obama, and evidently he's more white. He's more white than white itself. That's Hitler's son. Obama is Hitler's grandson. Obama is Trump's cousin. Obama is Hillary's cousin. Oh, and then the fact that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are sleeping together is disgusting. And the fact that Trump and Bill Clinton is sleeping together, that's disgusting. They're all family. Ew, nasty motherfuckers. Why you think George Bush was over there loving up on Michael? Yeah, don't act like you didn't see it. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up in the bear sheet. Number one, all the presidents are gay and all of their fucking wives are TRANNIES. Stop playing. Let's go ahead and pull up that beautiful bean footage of your boy George Bush catching jungle fever. Why y'all doing this? Why is y'all doing this? Oh, you thought we forgot. Anyway, this has been another edition of What You Mean News. George takes pipe. George takes pipe. But let's go ahead and pull up Barbara. Let's go ahead and pull up Barbara, who's a whole damn man. Okay, let's pull up Barbara, a man. They like them dinglings, don't they? They love the fuck out of them dinglings. Why? You thought that you were gonna. That's not a woman, bitch. That is not a woman. Fuck you mean? You tried. You tried. Oh, you tried and you failed and you failed and you tried. That is two men right there in the chair. Woo! Anyway, this has been another edition of What You Mean News. They all got to pizza and a Wheater. Hey, if you would like to try some viral reject and detox Empyreans, and since we have a new flush of 20,000 new cases of HIV, would you like to protect yourself from that bullshit? Leave the comment VR in the comments. I'll ring you up. It's $1 a pill, $3 plus tax, $7 for shipping, and I'll get it out to you. But other than that, it's been an honor and a pleasure defeating white people with literal facts, truth, and intelligence. It'll do it every time. It'll do it every time. They hate a smart nigger who can read. I tell you what. But anywho, no avail. We defeat them every day. So once again, how am I racist? How? I support Bush's. I support George and Michael's relationship all day. I support. How am I racist? Huh? How does that make me racist? Because I'm saying, who's the bad guy in the fucking fight? Suck my lady dick and go somewhere and just be polite. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. It's like when the narcissist accusing you of cheating. Oh, you're cheating. Whole time he's cheating. No, bitch, I'm not a cheater. I don't cheat. I just don't. Oh, you're racist. Sorry, bitch. No, I'm not. How am I racist? How? I only people I hate are pedophiles, child molesters, and racist people, and evil people, and liars, and thieves. That's it. I don't hate not one race. I don't have nothing to hate. I don't have nothing to hate for you about. I'm not jealous of you. I'm better than you. I promise you I'm straight. No. I'm not racist. I'm not hateful. I'm not any of those things, especially when I know who I am. Absolutely not. Could never be. So miss me. Miss me, honey. Miss me. Anywho, there you have it. Another edition of What You Mean News. The same way y'all talk about Michelle being Big Mike, you better speak on his mama being Big Barb. Huh? What about Big Barb? What about Big Barb? I thought so. Bye. I'm out.